Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Sports Live in the 215. I of course am your host Connor Okuda, and today we will discuss the Eagles Cowboys game for week 10 of the 2024 season. Man, this rivalry really doesn't seem to have a whole lot of juice this week. I mean, of course, the fans on both sides really are always into Eagles Cowboys or Cowboys Eagles, depending on your allegiance. And even like the even the reporters the reporters for both teams are always invested in it, and it's a big it's definitely a big media rivalry because you have the former capital of America, Philadelphia, against quote unquote, and this freaking term nauseates me. It makes my stomach turn. I would rather feed my dog chocolate than hear someone say this term out loud, America's team, in reference to the Cowboys. It's if if they're America's team, I'm an astronaut. Like that, it's not possible. I'm sorry. America has not, and will never be associated with the unmitigated mediocrity that is the Dallas Cowboys. I mean, I, I know their cheerleaders are pretty hot, but other than that, what is remarkable about the Dallas Cowboys? I mean, they have a geriatric owner that won 3 Super Bowls like 30 years ago, so that's cool. But other than that, not really, or nothing really. But anyway, all games and jokes aside, um, let's get into talking about this game. Um, Hold on, let's get into the Cowboys will uh, along with a bunch of their other rash of injuries, which we'll get into later on in the episode, will be without star quarterback Dak Prescott, who, according to Jane Slater of NFL Network, has torn his hamstring off the bone. So, obviously, um, hating the Dallas Cowboys aside, I do want to wish Dak a super speedy recovery. That must suck. Even though he is historically he has been a Cowboy or an Eagles killer for the Cowboys. Um, I just wanna wish Dak a speedy recovery. So Cooper Rush is gonna get the start for the Dallas Cowboys, and his only loss as the starting quarterback for the Dallas Cowboys came against these same Philadelphia Eagles in 2022, where the the Eagles defense that was then coordinated by Jonathan Gannon picked off Cooper Rush 3 times. CJ Gardner Johnson had 2 interceptions, and Big Play Slay had 1. And hopefully the Eagles can replicate some of that success. Obviously, different coordinator, but you run you run kind of similar systems than you did in 22, because the Gannon style of defense is very much in the same vein of the kind of Vic Fangio style of defense that Nick Sirianni has wanted since his tenure began here in Philadelphia. So I can see this defense having a similar type of game if they get the Dallas Cowboys into known passing situations. And remember, in my either my Eagles Jags preview or the quick hit episode, I mentioned known pass is 3rd and 6 and above. So third and 6, 3rd and 7, 3rd and 8, so on and so forth. And if the Eagles get the Dallas Cowboys into known passing situations, it's going to be a long day for that super banged up Dallas offensive line. As Dallas gets more banged up, however, the Eagles have continued to get healthy. Star tight end Dallas Goedert, he'll be back into the fold this week. AJ Brown was a full participant in practice. Jordan Mailata is still ramping back up. So even though everything's kind of turning on its head for the Dallas Cowboys, it all seems to be coming up roses for your Philadelphia Eagles. What else? The Dallas the Eagles when they run more than they pass since Nick Sirianni became the head coach in 2021. I believe they're 17 or 18-1. So a big thing for the Eagles in this game is to establish the run early and often, and kind of let Saquon go to work. And even though the Cowboys are dealing with just a rash of injuries, one player they will get back is stud pass the always dangerous pass rusher, defensive end, linebacker, whatever you want to call him. I know the 49ers, when they used Charles Haley in the defensive end outside linebacker role, they used to call it the elephant. Star pass rusher Micah Parsons, he'll be back this week. So Lane Johnson's certainly gonna have his hands full, but that's gonna be a battle on the outside all night, and I'm super excited. I'm super excited to watch it as someone who loves who loves boxing. I consider Lane Johnson against Michael Parsons to be the football equivalent of a heavyweight fight, and I'm just really excited to see how it all turns out. And that's gonna be one of the matchups to watch. Another really key matchup on the offensive side of the ball for the Eagles is AJ Brown and Devontae Smith versus whoever the Dallas Cowboys put in their secondary. Star cornerbacks Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs are both going to be out this week. So I fully expect AJ and Devontae to just absolutely murder their matchups, and if they do, it's gonna be a long day for those fans in Jerry World. One of the Dallas Cowboys YouTubers I watch, Mark Holmes, is actually going to Dallas to experience the thrashing live in person. So I'm very very sorry we're gonna have to ruin his Sunday, but that's just how it goes. And unfortunately, another injury for Dallas that I was made aware of by Mark Holmes, ironically enough, was right guard Zach Martin. He is out with a hold on. He is out with a shoulder injury. Obviously, Zach Martin, along with Tyron Smith, has been just an anchor for that offensive line for over a decade at this point. I remember 2014, 15, 16, the Dallas Cowboys were routinely looked at, and rightfully so, as the best offensive line in football. And it's funny, or I guess it's not funny, but the pieces they have left from those teams, they're just getting old, and they're starting to break down, and so, some of those guys like Doug Free have already retired, and more are probably to come. And I can't say I feel sorry for Dallas Cowboy fans, because they've been for a long time. This is of course pre the year 2000. They were the Eagles' kryptonite, and it wasn't until the last couple years where both teams were essentially good at the same time. And so the past couple years have been a really fun rivalry, because there have been so many generations of this rivalry on both sides where one team always has the upper hand. And more often than not, it was the Dallas Cowboys. And I believe Reuben Frank actually brought this up on the Eagle Eye podcast. He mentioned a potential turning point in the rivalry was the opening week game in 2000 at Texas Stadium. The opening kickoff, Andy Reid and then special teams coach John Harbaugh call an onside kick, and the Eagles recover, and then they went on to win. I think it was something like 41-14. Yeah, that was definitely the turning point in this rivalry. But back to this week. So I think on those 2nd and 1, like 3rd and 2 type of plays where the Eagles could look to take a shot, it's going to be open season on Dallas Cowboys secondary. I just think Jalen Hurts and his myriad of weapons, both at running back and at pass catcher, be it receiver or tight end, will be too much for this Dallas Cowboys defense. And I don't know if they have enough offensive firepower to keep up with this talented of an offense anymore. Because when they were really rolling, like I like 2016 and 2021, or well 2021 and 2022, those teams and those offenses were passing teams under now Eagles offensive coordinator Kellen Moore. But this era Dallas Cowboys at the peak of their powers, 16 and 18, they were very much ball control oriented, and that's the only way I see the Dallas Cowboys winning this game is if they're able to play ball control. And I don't see with just the rash of injuries, not just on the team, but on the offensive line. I believe they're down 2 starters that that the Dallas Cowboys will be able to play that style of football. But we'll see. My hold on one second. I have to get me some water over here. Yep, that was very good. Like what was I saying? Oh, my 3 keys, with Deron Bland and Trayvon Diggs out on second and short. Look for the Eagles to kind of take deep shots. Or actually, before we get to that, key number 1 would probably be establish the run. Key number 2, take shots when the opportunities present themselves. There we go. And then key number 3 is key hold on. Key number 3 is get Cooper Rush and this Dallas offense into known passing situations. And if I had to give a score prediction right now, I'd say 42-7 Eagles. All right, with that being said, stay tuned for my quick hits episode that will be either out tomorrow or Sunday. And until then, have a good day, everybody. And as always, go Birds.